Kind of found my calling. I found the community. The culture was so inclusive, and that's really what brought me in more so than the music.
That clip was from an interview with Martin Staff, widely known by his stage name Liquid Stranger. Martin has worked his entire career to foster that sense of inclusivity and community that initially drew him into the rave scene. This work led him to create his music label, Wakaan, in 2015, as a home for artists who produce experimental electronic music. His vision for this label was, and still is, to sign like-minded artists and direct a community that fosters creativity and personal well-being. Founding what is arguably one of the most iconic music labels in experimental EDM paved the way for Martin to launch Wakaan Music Festival in 2019. The festival takes place annually at the gorgeous Mulberry Mountain in Ozark, Arkansas, and showcases artists from the label as well as other similar artists. But the focus of the weekend isn't solely on the music. Chloe Suit, Director of Marketing and Label Management for the music label, sums it up perfectly. At Mulberry Mountain, you are there for Wakaan. You are there for the family, the music, the experience. This festival is guided by the sentiment that every single person is important as an individual, but also a part of a greater collective, a community, a family. This community, in my opinion, is the fruition of what Martin has been building his entire career. Based on my experiences at Wakaan, there are two core ethical principles this community practices. The first is participation in a gift economy. A gift economy is a system where goods and services are exchanged without the expectation of compensation. The focus is on building relationships and cultivating mutual care and respect. A large part of the rave community in general is trading and gifting. People gift and trade things like candy, beaded bracelets, sprouts, clips that look like tiny plants, and other trinkets in all shapes and sizes. At festivals, people even set up take one, leave one tables for others. Although this is a large part of the culture in general, at Wakaan, the gift economy is especially prevalent. Many attendees will spend time before the festival creating one-of-a-kind art pieces to give away. Nicole, a fellow Wakaan attendee, said, "I love how Wakaan gives us an opportunity to create and find who would love your trinkets the most. The Wakaan community is filled with such passionate people, and it's amazing who we run into on the mountain that need that special item. Most of my memories outside of grooving to the music are my interactions with people who stopped to tell me that they loved my outfit or hat, and giving them candy in return for their compliment. Wakaan helps encourage me to create when I'm in a slump." This practice of gifting and trading sparks conversations, builds deep connections that can last a lifetime, and fosters a sense of closeness within the community. The second core principle is implementing Kant's categorical imperative. This is a universal ethical principle stating that one should always respect the humanity in others, and that one should only act in accordance with rules that could hold true for everyone. The basis of the rave community is PLUR, an acronym which stands for peace, love, unity, respect, and responsibility. These are values we hold ourselves to as individuals. The reason it works so well is because these are values that can be universally applied to everyone, both in the rave scene and everyday life. It's also not something we follow because we have to, we do it because we want to. These values allow us to create a culture of inclusivity, kindness, thoughtfulness, and accountability. I have been to other music festivals, and although the entire rave community follows PLUR, for the most part, Wakaan is the one that exemplifies it the most. This is because these values, like a ripple effect, start at the top and spread throughout the entire community. Martin always takes time out of his performances to remind people to be kind, take care of themselves, and spread love. The following clip is from his first headlining show at Red Rocks Amphitheater in October of 2023.
There is a lot that I have to say that hasn't really been said already. This night speaks for itself. However, I feel I get a lot of credit for something that we have actually, all of us, build together. This is not about me, this is about us. We're building a community, we're building, as my manager so wisely said, we're not building a tower, we're building a village. This team saved my fucking life when I was 13 years old, depressed, and had interest that no one else cared. And now look at us. We filled out this Red Rocks, and thank you so much for showing up. I truly appreciate it. But it also means that we're all responsible for how we treat other people. And when we leave this Red Rocks tonight, we feel cleaner, we feel kinder, and we're gonna meet people outside of this sacred space. We're gonna be kind to them. Because when we hear we are all one, it's not like an empty platitude. It comes with accountability. It starts with ourselves. So be kind to one another, okay? That is very simple.
Being a part of the Wakaan family has deeply impacted me. I've been a part of the rave scene since 2018, but I've never felt more loved, accepted, and valued than I did at this festival. Before attending for the first time in 2024, I hadn't found a close-knit community where I felt like I truly belonged. Someone I met there on the first day gave me a long, tender hug and said, "Welcome home." That's what this community has been for me, and for so many other people. A home. Special shout out to the Wakaan Fest fam, and an even more special shout out to the man himself, Martin Staff, Liquid Stranger, for creating and fostering an amazing community for all of us. Without his vision, innovation, authenticity, and kindness, none of this would be possible.
Quink, 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 quink.